Brooklyn, New York. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We're all set to go, as it'll be the Armadillos of Houston taking on the Desperados of Brooklyn. Hi again, everyone, with Charm. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school. And also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Ritter. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st down, Ritter. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. First down, here's Ritter. Oh, he rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Burrow will throw. That is caught. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards. Burrow on play action. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And they'll go on the ground. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kevontae Turpin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Armadillos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ritter to throw it. Got him in. It's Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Back to throw. Ritter. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
Ready?
Ritter will set up to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature.
Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Stick it with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Pressure comes and down he goes. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Here we go, here we go.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Ritter now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Ritter. This will be caught by Brown. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Working from the gun, Ritter. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Ritter back to throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Switch, yellow. Smith, red. Check white. Opposite, green.
They'll give it to Mixon, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Blue, check. Trouble, 38. Hut.
He'll look to throw, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A very solid gain of 27.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion, and more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Ritter to throw on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Ready?
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jamin Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. McPherson's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And now out comes Houston. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
11 MT, take. 11 MT,
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down at 7. Gonna run again here with Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 19 and a 1st down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Burrow. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. And that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. A give to Pollard running left. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
11 mighty.
They'll run left with Pollard. Down to the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. George Pickens. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Armadillos have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Ritter. And incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Check pink, black block, switch, yellow.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. 2nd down and 3.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ritter to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. Touchdown. Charlie Jones. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Desperados are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
11 Thomas.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Tony Pollard, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Armadillos strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Now the try here for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Ready?
On first down, Ritter. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Set, ready.
2nd and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw, Ritter. Caught by Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Green, blue, check.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Houston set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down 20-13, 2:05 to go. Ritter on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Ritter looks to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Ritter. This pass complete to Higgins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Ritter. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Here comes second down.
Black Ultra.
Here's Ritter. And he's got it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field. Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
All three timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's got this to Pickens. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll roll him out right. He finds his man, Pollard.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
Here we go.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Burrow. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
That's into the hands of Chosen. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Burrow. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. This is 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
A final shot now for Ritter. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.